Previously on For Mother Matron. Oh my god, it's been so long. What's going on, guys? Rada Hawk here. Back with another episode of For Mother Matron. Let's be real, no one watched the first two episodes, and what were those, like, a year ago? Oh, you know what? I'm bringing it back. Just like sexy, I'm bringing it back. Yeah, figured I'd start doing some more Let's Plays again back on the channel, you know, spice things up, not make my YouTube channel just purely a VOD channel like it's been in the past. So, I mean, it's a visual novel, it's easy, so... And I really want to see where this goes, because, again, from the previous episodes, the atmosphere here is just great. Now, you know, I love me, my bleak atmosphere. But anyways, I had to go back and watch the last episodes. I believe we're here to meet Meaty Marissa. So let's get right into it. The atmosphere was chaotic as people rushed in and out to buy food and other supplies in their allowance. I am not tabbed in. Whoopsies. Allowance. What do you mean allowance? I felt my senses bombarded by the endless chatter and the myriad of smells, and many of which were quite unpleasant. I live near a sewer. Through the crowd, I slipped to what I hoped was the west side of the market. I tried to keep my eyes above the crowd to find that mysterious Meaty Marissa character. Found her quickly, or rather, I heard her.
Fresh meat! Fresh meat! Come and get your fresh meat!
Getting Divinity Original 1 flashbacks.
Come one, come all. Tired of rat head cheese? Absolutely sick of fly patties? Come try the most unique cuts of meat you can find in the boarding. Flavor beyond comprehension.
You know, I made a joke about the first episode about rat burgers. I didn't realize this was just the norm. What's a rat head cheese? Fly patties are kind of self-explanatory. I feel like that's just a Snowpiercer type shtick. Then she finds me, her eyes locking on me like a hawk.
You there, the beautiful lady. Come, try Meanie Marissa's signature cuts.
Name pending. I don't like the haircut, but sure. Against my better judgment, I stepped towards the stand. Pretty sure I found her, but I'd ask anyway for confirmation. So, you're Meaty Marissa. I've been looking for you.
Ah, I see my reputation precedes me. Another eager customer looking for the most scrumptious, sumptuous, munchous meat. You won't be disappointed.
You like her energy. But before I can say anything, the strange girl dangles a big fat slab of meat in front of my face. I might have to censor that, chat. I said chat, I'm so used to streaming. Can you tell I'm not really a YouTuber?
Feast your eyes before you feast. Once you get a glimpse of my cups, you won't stop drooling. Don't worry, I provide free napkins.
Free napkins, you say? I'm just gonna take all those. Lord knows I need it. I live near a fucking sewer. A strange slab of fresh in front of me has a kind of marbling and grayness to its that's downright repulsive to the core. My stomach immediately twists itself in knots. What kind of meat is that?
I told you, it's the tastiest and most unique meat in the market.
That doesn't explain anything. No, I mean, like, where's it from?
For my supply, of course. You think I resell other people's cuts? Ha! The nerve.
No, what I mean is, that does look like rat meat, or any other kind of meat I've seen come from. Come to think of it, it looks strange. Puts a finger to her lips and lets out a shh.
Trade secret for investors only.
You know, I read Blackbird by Junji Ito recently. I don't know if I like
Isn't it
this.
good, though? How delicious it is! Read the reviews.
She thrust a piece of paper in front of my face. Apparently it's full of real reviews by her customers, written by hand in a messy script. Unique. Tastes like nothing else. Not the worst I've had. I would describe it as edible. A journey into Flavor Town, a must taste. Eat it right now if you can. She withdraws her review scroll.
Come on, it's only 30 Jirok. Savor the flavor. Doesn't it look succulent, mouth-watering? Doesn't it get that stomach grumbling?
Very insistent. I asked myself morbidly, should I buy it? From here on, you may encounter situations where you have limited amount of time to make decisions. To survive, you will need to act fast and think carefully. Ah, shit, my reaction time is not great. The penalty for running out of time will vary depending on the situation. In some instances, it may be inconsequential, but others, possibly not. Sometimes it may result in instant death. In other instances, Lindsay may have to rely on her gut, and she might make choices you don't want. House of Ashes. Let the character decide, and it ends up being the one way they die. Be wise, be alert, and cautious. Good luck, but don't forget to save your game often. Sure. Let's be real, okay? Most people are gonna say no. If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. I knew this was probably a mistake, but I mean, this could be some kind of super meat that gives me power. Or I could use this later if I'm gonna starve to death. I mean, I'm going where the mumblers go, so. Sure, I'll buy it.
Okay, I understand. Wait,
You said yes?
I mean, of course you did. No,
I'm
wait,
matching the crazy. I reluctantly hand her my hard-earned 30 dracs. Here then. Pocketed the money, then handed me that fat slab of her strange meat wrapped in a thin parchment paper. Already almost transparent with slime. Held the meat in my hand, realizing that I overlooked an important detail. I had nothing to put it in. I have to put it in my pockets. Pocket meat, yay. Ravioli, ravioli, what's in the pocket-oli? Filled with dread, I slid the parcel of meat in my pocket. I heard a disgusting squishing sound and regretted both the purchase and my very birth instantly.
anything else I can do for you today?
Yeah, actually. I heard you might be able to help me find some people.
Here for the flesh and for the fresh information. I'm happy to oblige a happy new customer. It's on the house. What would you like to know?
We go, we got in our good gracious. Gracious? Graces. I would have much rather just paid for the information instead. Oh well. I'm looking for two boys. One named Pucks. The other named Rich.
Don't know a lot about pups. Rich, though. You're not. Rich is a friend of mine.
Elaborate upon friend in this case.
Well, an acquaintance. I don't know
There it
how he
is.
feels about me. I don't know my perceptions. I like him, though. He's such a soft guy.
Oh god, the soft boy. With that haircut. I can see her eyelashes flutter wistfully as she thinks about him. Suddenly remembers that she's actively being watched by another human being.
No, I didn't mean like that. Like a friendly like. Understand? Anyways, he lives in one of those bunk houses near the west edge of Forgot. Careful, though. The ACs have been swarming around there lately.
The ACs? That's something I don't remember because it's been a year since I played this, or... That's odd. Bunkhouses are right near the border between Forgot and Nobai. Aren't they encroaching on Spruce's territory?
Some major shit went down there apparently near the friend shed. Before you get too excited. No, the beast in the shed didn't prove itself right.
Good to know. The Friend's Shed is a kind of local legend. They say there's a lonely kid that used to hang out near the shed Nobai. was the original location for the market district before Three's company moved and everything. The shed was locked up tight and no one had ever been inside it, and yet this lonely kid one day heard a voice coming from it. Someone alive, stuck in there that just wanted to have a friend to talk to. The lonely kid spent all his time up there at the friend's shed, playing and laughing and talking with the friend all day long. He got picked on for what appeared to others as him talking to himself. Any attempt he made to prove that there was a voice in the shed ended in failure, but the voice remained silent when anyone else was around. It didn't need to be believed, though. He had the friend he wanted. Then, apparently the shed got unlocked. He went inside and never heard from him again. Worth noting that if the shed did unlock, it was locked very soon after, and still boarded up tight. I'm sure the kid was real. Urban legends usually have a small nugget of truth in them somewhere. However, I think it was what really happened to him was that a troop of the AC gang might have simply killed him while trying to rob him. They hid the body, and since the kid didn't have that many friends, no one looked. No one tried to find where he was buried, and so his fate instead became part of the tapestry of a legend. Kinda sad in a way.
Some dudes got killed. They were an isolated patrol hanging around up there and they got killed. They don't know who was responsible, but they suspect the killer is hiding out in Fort Worth.
Marissa, can you kind of speak up, sweetheart? Or you're kind of in the market square.
Spruce gave me special permission to do searches in limited areas, so right there.
I like how the doctor has power just because of the fact that they're a doctor that read a few books. I think that makes sense. Spruce is the unofficial mayor of Forgot, and she's backed by a peacekeeping institution that calls themselves the Four-Leaf Clovers. Given AC's violent tendencies and selling of drugs, they don't get along. So, for her to allow them to look around in Forgot is really abnormal. Something terrible must have happened if she's willing to give them inches.
Personally, I think it might be a ploy they made up so they could slyly expand their reach. But that's just my intuition.
Draw a line in the sand. I didn't hear about any of this until now.
AC's gotta project an aura of being in control if they want people to take them seriously. It makes them look bad if they can't handle some punks slicing their boys apart deep in their own backyard. They're trying to keep it under wraps.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally hit enter. I see. Anyways, back to Rich. Can you tell me where he lives?
Oh, great. You got a map? I can show you where it is.
Another settlement needs our help. Here, I'll mark it on your map. I hand her my hand-drawn map. She furrows a brow a little at it, but regardless, marks a spot with an X.
As for Pups, as I said, I don't know much about him. I think he lives in Junks. But good luck finding him. The place is big and he mostly keeps to himself, it seems. I don't know what kind of brain damage you'd have to live there, though. Maybe that's mean. Something generally might have fallen on his head over there. I probably shouldn't say things like that.
Great, so our places are the junkyard, the sewers, the market, and a place called Forgot. Lovely. This is a beautiful society we live in. I understand what you mean, though. I want to live in a place where garbage and junk falls from the sky. Not that I have much room to talk, I guess.
Because you live in the shit-yard, right? I feel sorry for your nose. Honestly surprised you don't smell worse.
I have a smell? What? You didn't have to say all that. Anyway, I think I have all I need now. Thank you so much for your help, Marissa.
No problem.
It's a slog of a journey to Forgot. Following the vague directions, the map provides... Oh. Come on. I got this. It's text. It's a slog of a journey to Forgot, and following the vague directions the map provided certainly does not make it any better. I really should make more of a detailed map sometime. Going back to those Etrian Odyssey streams, I got your back. I got your back, girl. Why was this place called For God anyway? Really wish I remembered. I feel like you just answered your own question. Oh, that was why. See, it's a funny story actually. Story goes that the name comes from a kerfuffle that happened forever ago, back when the originals were laying the foundations of the boarding. By that, I didn't mean the buildings and stuff. They were found where they are. Wasn't really fit for life though, so the originals were tasked with making it livable. See, I love these little things. Like, she just puts like these bits of like, yeah, you know, the originals and things like that. Makes you wonder. Eventually, once things were settled, the originals began sectioning off the boarding into districts, being named by whoever was appointed to run the particular district. Oh. What do you want to name this place? I don't know. This place is a fucking shit yard. There you go. Like, what was it, Hill, Michigan? Name whatever the hell you want. Forgot, before it was named Forgot, was established by Saren Butcher Hodgkins, who was best friends with Junks, founder of Possum Brandy. Or with Junks founder Possum Brandy. Neither were people of good reputations. The two went on a celebratory romp with some jugs of potato rum and their homemade chemical concoction. A drug that would eventually go to be called canned heat. Lovely people that were founding this place. Anyways, as you might have heard earlier, stuff falls from the sky in Junks. Well, at the time, that had not happened yet. There was garbage there, but no one ever seen it fall from the sky. You see where this is going? Porcelain pug dog, about half the size of a person, fell right on Butcher's head while he was taking a massive huff of canned heat, exploding an impact on massive shards. Holy shit. That's some Final Destination stuff right there. Miraculously, Butcher survived, but with permanent memory loss. So, when it came to officiate the naming of his district, they asked him what he would like to call it. I forgot. I don't really care. So, one of his subordinates got a little creative with the styling of the name, and the name Forgot was born. Bonus fact, canned heat went on to become an extremely popular substance, and some blamed Butcher's survival on the drug's supposed side effects of near invincibility. Oh god, PCP. The AC gang apparently had the cornerstone on the market and charge a premium for it, though people have made up their own cheaper concoctions in an attempt to approximate it. Probably made them blind. I don't recommend trying it, especially the homebrew kind. Stuff can melt your nose clean off, and moreover, it does not make you invincible. It just makes you numb to pain. At least that's Spruce's conclusion on the matter. Sorry. Sometimes I have too much fun talking about stuff I've learned. Boarding isn't a nice place to live exactly, but it has character to it. History especially. Shouldn't waste much time expositioning though. I'd be in a lot of trouble if I run in the AC gang on patrol. Why do I feel slightly aroused by this sensation?
Why am I used to this sensation?
You need this more than me. Did you just hit me with a frying pan?